Action research is a participatory and cyclical research methodology where practitioners actively engage in problem solving within their own context using data collection and reflection to inform continuous improvements and positive changes in real-world settings. Our action research entitled Empowering Education and Action Research Addressing the Challenges of Limited Instructional Materials Usage in the Classroom. For the background of our study, this study explores the challenges faced by educators in using instructional materials in classrooms, focusing on non-availability, teachers' laziness, lack of skills, financial constraints, and insufficient resources. The research aims to address these issues by examining current instructional materials usage and developing sustainable strategies. The project may involve utilizing digital platforms and modifying existing resources to enhance the integration and assessment of instructional materials, ultimately creating a more engaging and participatory learning environment. The Action Research Project aims to empower educators to improve accessibility, relevance, and curriculum alignment. Our significance of study. This study aims to address limited instructional materials usage at Estanza National High School, raising awareness and encouraging students to contribute solutions. It serves as a guide for future research and interventions.
For the problem identification, first, funding and distribution issues limit access to instructional materials. Second, teacher lack of awareness and training for effective material integration. Third, curriculum misalignment and coordination gaps with instructional resources. Fourth, technological barriers hinder access to digital resources and support. Fifth, challenges in motivating and recognizing teacher for material use. Six, materials not diverse, hindering students' engagement and accessibility. And last, lack of evaluation system and feedback channels for instructional effectiveness. For the hypothesis, access to instructional materials, adequate funding, and efficient distribution false access to current resources for teachers and students. Second, teacher training and material integration. Comprehensive training improves teachers' awareness and skills, enhancing material use and adaptation to diverse learning styles. Third, the curriculum alignment, aligning curriculum with instructional materials and improving coordination, eases integration, enhancing instructional effectiveness. Fourth, technological barriers, addressing technological barriers increase digital material utilization, positively impacting teaching methods and student engagement. Fifth, teacher motivation engagement, support strategies, recognition, and incentives increase teacher motivations and engagement in integrating new resources into teaching practices. Six, student engagement and accessibility, developing materials for diverse learning styles and improving students' access enhances engagement, leading to improved academic outcomes. And the last, evaluation and feedback mechanism, establishing system for regular evaluation and feedback improves measuring material impact on student outcomes, facilitating adjustments in teaching methods.
Classroom still encounters limited availability of the instructional materials, which is thus the challenge of every school. To identify and to address this, we will use a systematic approach to make a solution to this obstacle. Our school implements a program, also students contribute into it, which promotes collaboration in addressing to limited materials inside the classroom. Our goals is to make an environment without success of every needs of materials for both teachers and learners. First is to be able to examine the current of instructional materials in classroom, finding that areas that needs improvement. The second is to develop simple strategies to better integrate instructional materials addressing identified issues. And the last one is to measure how simplified resources utilization affects teaching methods, students' engagement, and academic outcomes. Our research is scheduled for 2023-2024 of academic year. So all parts of research will be completed within 2 months of field study 2 course and the 3-month internship period. Our target participants are junior high school students at Pangasinan National High School for our field study titled Empowering Education and Action Research Addressing Limited Instructional Materials Usage.
the word that describes our experience as a group in accomplishing the activity of writing the 4 parts of the classroom-based action research is systematic. It is focused on practical learning in the real world. Our action research plan aims to address issues with the lack of instructional materials for students' development. The action plan, a challenging yet worthwhile endeavor, focused on recognizing and addressing classroom issues through a process-oriented approach involving students' participation. Collaborative efforts were employed to ensure a step-by-step progression towards a well-thought action plan for resolving teaching issues. The systematic approach required careful consideration of phases, actions, and procedures to be completed successfully.
Our observation at Stanza National High School provided a comprehensive understanding of various essential elements within the educational landscape. We meticulously assessed the school's facilities, scrutinizing classrooms, infrastructures, and amenities that contribute to the overall learning experience. Concurrently, we closely examined the teaching strategies employed by educators, gaining insight into dynamic approaches that cater to diverse learning styles. Our observation extended to the classroom management, revealing effective techniques for maintaining discipline and fostering a conducive learning environment. Notably, we witnessed the relentless commitment of educators who went beyond the curriculum to create an enriching and supportive learning atmosphere. This experience deepened our appreciation for the pivotal roles played by the teacher in shaping, in both the broader school context in the individual classroom setting, influencing student experiences and contributing significantly to the overall educational journey.
For the analysis part, the design and layout of a classroom play a pivotal role in shaping the learning environment, employing a traditional setup with desks or tables facing the front facilities for effective communication and interaction. The integration of educational tools such as projectors enriches the overall learning experience. Another well-thought-out design emphasizes key components, including a teacher's desk, student chairs, and strategically placed trash bins, contributing to a positive and organized space. The inclusion of a dedicated TV, a well-maintained board, and an altar further enhances the atmosphere, fostering an environment conducive to effective teaching and learning. In observed classrooms, dynamic students' interaction is fostered through recitation, collaborative activities, and discussions, encouraging active participation. Establishing effective routines and procedures adds to the organization and productivity of learning environment, with cleaning duties instilling a sense of responsibility. Creating a safe and conducive learning environment is paramount, influencing students' motivation, responsibility, and civic competence. This positive setting encourages students to express themselves, leading to improved academic performance and fostering holistic growth. And overall, these elements collectively contribute to a positive and enriching educational experience for students. For the create part, establishing clear classroom rules and regulation plays a crucial role in fostering positive and structured learning environment. These guidelines serve multifaceted purposes, from maintaining cleanliness through practices like clean as you go, or also known as FIGO, to promote respect, discipline, and active participation. We also emphasize the importance of integrity, punctuality, and overall comfort and safety within the classroom. The implementation of appropriate consequences for rule violations not only encourages accountability, but also contributes to the cultivation of a positive and disciplined atmosphere for both teachers and students. In essence, these rules and regulations collectively form the foundation of a safe, organized, and conducive space that facilitates effective teaching and learning experiences.
As a will-be teacher, how can you make the environment safe and conducive to learners? Firstly, I will establish clear expectation and communicate classroom rules to create a structured framework. This will provide a sense of security and predictability for students. Secondly, I will build a positive relationship by showing genuine interest in their lives and individualized attention to their needs. This will create a supportive atmosphere where students feel valued and encouraged to engage in learning. Additionally, I will embrace diversity by implementing inclusive teaching practices, ensuring that all students feel appreciated and respected. Open communication will be encouraged, allowing students to express their thoughts and concerns without fear of judgment.
On the observation part of our worksheet 3 in field study 2 entitled Focusing in Creating My Classroom Learning Management Plan, the classroom designs that we observe are the basic classroom designs and the bulletin boards. While in rules and regulations, we observe that Ma'am-Lingayen is very particular or emphasizes the importance of discipline in her students, and in scheduling and organization, Ma'am-Lingayen is very particular in checking the attendance and following the curriculum in teaching. While in instructional techniques, she advocate the use of Canva in creating PowerPoint presentations and creative designs. While in communication, Ma'am Lingayen emphasizes the importance of home visitation in solving problems with her students, and of course, one-on-one communication.
In analysis part, it emphasizes the importance of a well-structured learning management plan that encompasses ideals, values, beliefs, and goals to create an effective and inclusive classroom environment. We identify some of the strategies, criteria, and standards on providing a quality learning environment, and the importance of setting clear expectations for the students by having classroom rules and regulations that helps to eliminate and avoid all distractions and possible misconduct that interferes with learning. It also emphasizes the role of the teachers who guides the students to discover their potential and provide a safe, conducive, and student-centered learning environment while considering the diverse needs of all the students. While for the create part, we are asked on how we will design our classroom to create an appropriate and effective learning environment. Different perspectives are presented on the design process, like incorporating technological tools, distinct learning zones, and collaboration with students, and other various elements to make the classroom visually pleasant and comfortable to students. Despite the different ideas presented, we have one goal, and that is to create a clean and well-organized classroom, a comfortable learning space that has a welcoming and inclusive atmosphere. But at the same time, by aligning with educational guidelines and expert recommendations in creating a visually appealing and stimulating classroom environment.
So here is our reflection in FS2 and Worksheet 3. The importance of clear rules and procedures in the classroom for discipline and student well-being, involving student and rule-making foster ownership, and online learning requires specific guidelines. A balanced behavior management approach, incorporating reward and consequences, is crucial for motivation and learning. Consistency, fairness, and student involvement in both processes are emphasized. Positive behavior is encouraged through collective rewards, while consequences serve as teachable moment. Parental involvement, individualized strategies, and consistent follow-through are essential for effectiveness.
During the webinar, we had the opportunity to observe and analyze two distinct models of lesson plans, the 7E model and Depth and Order 42 series of 2016. Each of these models offers a structured approach to lesson planning with various components. The 7E, a comprehensive teaching framework, compromises 7 stages that serve to engage and guide students through the learning process effectively. The 7E lesson plan follows a specific sequence which consists of the following stages: the elicit, engage, explore, explain, elaborate, evaluate, and extend. On the other hand, Depth and Order 42 series of 2016 titled Policy Guidelines on Daily Lesson Preparation for the K-12 Basic Education Program offers a structured approach to daily lesson planning with 6 essential components. And these are the objectives, content, learning resources, procedures, and remarks. And reflection. Overall, the gathered lesson plan exemplify a thorough and organized approach to lesson planning. The clear articulation of objectives, the incorporation of diverse learning resources, and the structured procedures ensure that these lesson plans are designed to facilitate effective teaching and meaningful student learning experiences. The inclusion of reflection also promotes continuous improvement in instructional strategies.
The elicit part of the lesson plan, where prior knowledge is assessed, is relatively easy to construct. It serves as a strong foundation for the lesson, enabling teachers to tailor their instruction to student existing understanding. On the other hand, designing the engaged part of the lesson plan can be challenging. It requires teachers to carefully consider students' diverse learning interests and preferences to capture their attention and make the lesson engaging and relevant. This demands creativity and other adaptability. In teaching method, both the 7E model and Depth and Order 42 of 2016 emphasize student-centered teaching methods that foster active learning, critical thinking, and problem solving. This method encourages students to explore and discover concepts on their own, moving away from the passive learning and memorization. The methods used include hands-on activities, discussions, real-life scenarios, and guided practice. In congruence of lesson plans, effective lesson plan demonstrate congruence between the intended learning outcomes, supporting activities, and assessments. Assessment, whether formative or summative, align with outcomes and activities serving as measures of students' progress and understanding.
And the next part of that is the reflection part.
In the process of crafting and developing our lesson plans, we encountered various challenges that requires thoughtful consideration and problem solving, like aligning objectives and learning outcomes, selecting teaching strategies and methods, and time management. By successfully addressing these challenges, we were able to develop a lesson plan that not only aligned with curriculum standards and meet the students' needs, but also offers a diverse range of teaching strategies and materials to engage and support various learning styles. Effective time management ensured that the lesson plan was both comprehensive and adaptable.
Let's go to the observation part, which we discuss the non-digital and digital instruction materials. And under that, we distinguish or we discuss or we answered the strength and weaknesses of that digital and non-digital instruction materials. After that we answered, we put our comments that we observe in that observation that we observe in Stanza National High School, is that we realize that we, as a future educator, when we are teaching in a future, we can do more strengths than weaknesses in doing our instructional materials so that our teaching be more effective and be more efficient to the learners, so that the learners have more knowledge gained from us.
On this part, I will go to discuss the analysis. So we will start in number 1. On the digital and non-digital teaching aids, we utilize the interest of the students because they are very interested during every discussion. The digital or non-digital teaching aids, it gives the learners motive to learn by encouraging and different types of learning styles. So we now proceed in number 2. When teaching aids are used, teachers are not only to find everything orally, but they use practical methods to make students understand better, such as models, graphs, flip charts, PowerPoint presentation, and etc. As a different digital and analog teaching tools, they should be used to enhance the instructions and learning. Lastly, the overall non-digital and digital teaching aids we utilize effectively, and the utilization of instructional aids to make simpler to get students interested in studying. As we use the appropriate teaching aids, students start to show greater interest in learning.
In transitioning our virtual classroom, our strategy involves in one's integration of digital applications and pedagogical approaches to create a robust and engaging learning environment. Live sessions conducted on platforms like Zoom or Microsoft Teams would not only facilitate real-time interaction, but would also leverage features such as breakout rooms for group activities and polls for quick assessments, ensuring an interactive and participatory virtual classroom. To enhance the visual and auditory aspects of learning, multimedia elements would be seamlessly integrated into presentation using tools like Google Slides or Microsoft PowerPoint. Additionally, the incorporation of gamified quizzes on platforms like Kahoot or Quizzes would inject an element of fun and competition, sustaining student interest and participation. Our collaborative projects and communication would find a home on platforms like Google Workspace or Microsoft 365, providing a shared space for documents and fostering real-time collaboration among students. Tools like Slack or Microsoft Teams would supplement communication, ensuring an organized and efficient flow of information between the teacher and students, and as well as among peers. The use of digital whiteboards such as Miro or Jamboard would further enhance interactivity during our virtual sessions. This platform would enable collaborative brainstorming, problem solving, and visual explanation, mimicking the dynamic of an in-person classroom. Recognizing the importance of flexibility, we would record virtual sessions for students who may need to review the material later or for those who couldn't attend in real time. Video hosting platforms like YouTube or Vimeo would be employed for easy accessibility and sharing. Our feedback and assessment would be streamlined through tools like Google Forms or Microsoft Forms, providing an efficient ways to gauge student understanding and tailor instructional approaches accordingly. Moreover, the integration of virtual labs and simulation would offer students practical, hands-on experiences, ensuring a well-rounded and comprehensive learning journey. In essence, our goal is to create a dynamic and interactive virtual classroom that not only replicates the benefit of in-person learning, but also leverage the unique advantages offered by digital tools to cater to the diverse needs and preferences of students in an online setting.
On the observation part of our Field Study 2 Worksheet 6 Grading System and Depth at School Forms, we are given the opportunity to explore the various standards and competency-based grading system. We also experience how to compute grades based on the depth criteria and accomplish e-class records aligned with our respective specializations. Summative assessments consist of three distinct components: written works, performance tasks, and quarterly assessments. These three will serve as the foundation for the grading system. The methods in which these three elements are evaluated depends on the nature of the domain in which the learning takes place. The weight distribution of the components, descriptors, grading scale, and remarks for grades 1 to 10 in senior high school before the COVID-19 pandemic can be assessed in the Depth and Order number 8 series of 2015. This answers the A1 to 4 in B1 to 4 in the observation part of this activity. On the other hand, C1 to 4 and D1 to 4 can be computed using the weights of the learning components from the Depth and Order number 31 series of 2020 that were implemented during the COVID-19 pandemic of the school year 2020 to 2021. We, as the pre-service teacher, use manual and electronic computation of grades for the aligned learning area to our specialization to acquire greater mastery into the depth and grading system.
On the observation part of our worksheet 6, it also focuses on learning to create essential school forms. Each forms serving a specific purpose. School Form 1 records basic learner information and attendance. School Form 2 tracks daily attendance. School Form 3 monitors textbook distribution. School Form 4 summarizes monthly attendance and learner movements. School Form 5 and 6 indicate promotion status and academic performance. School Form 7 lists school personnel details. School Form 8 records health and nutrition. School Form 9 provides a comprehensive progress report, and School Form 10 addresses forms for the learner's permanent academic record. These forms collectively ensures accurate student records and enhance communication among schools, teachers, students, and parents.
These days, e-class record systems are more convenient than manual computing student grades due to their automation, time saving, accuracy, flexibility, data management, and accessibility. To ensure uniformity, fairness, and openness in the grading process, grades for students must be assigned using a systematic process. School forms are crucial for various reasons, including documentation of the student's academic journey, compliance with regulations, data analysis, effective communication, and contributing to the overall educational development of learners. School forms are essential for documentation of a student's academic history, meeting legal and regulatory requirements, and providing efficient data analysis. Not completing school forms on time can have serious repercussions, like preventing students from enrolling or registering for the next academic year, and making the process of resubmitting the forms more difficult and time-consuming.
The suggested method for systematically calculating student grade is the weighted grading system using e-class record. This approach involves assigning varying weights to different assessment components such as exam, projects, assignments, and class participation to emphasize their significance in evaluation. The weighted grading system facilitates identifying areas for improvement in assessment methods and communication with students. The ECS school forms that we accomplish are the School Forms 1, the School Forms 2, and the School Forms 3. The School Forms 1 or school registration gathers basic student information without requiring extensive documentation. And the School Forms 2 are the learner's daily class attendance involves straightforward tracking of student attention for each class period, a routine-based structure, or designated monitor. And lastly, the School Forms 3 are the book issued and class return. And next, the most difficult school forms that we accomplish is the School Forms 10. This is the permanent report cards. Involves gathering extensive student data, necessitating careful verification, validation tools, and staff training. Methodical grading system can streamline School Forms 10 completion. And quarterly School Forms 9, the learner progress report card, details student academic progress, and the School Forms 5, which is the report on promotion.